What can you tell us about the latest hearing?
Well, don't expect any bombshell testimonies today. We're back to the career officials testifying. You mentioned Hill and Holmes. And these two testimonies are very different from what we've seen in the past because they are very specific. David Holmes said it in his opening statement. He is specifically there to talk about the one element, the one big event that he witnessed, that is the July 26th phone call between Gordon Sondland and Donald Trump. David Holmes testifying that he did indeed overhear the U.S. president on that phone call, asking directly Gordon Sondland whether or not the Ukrainians would do the investigations. Gordon Sondland, of course, replying to the U.S. president that yes, Zelensky would do the investigation because he would do anything for Donald Trump. So David Holmes really making clear that he was talking about the few things that he had witnessed during his time at the embassy in Kiev. And Fiona Hill, in her opening statement, didn't actually address directly anything pertaining to the impeachment inquiry, but it was mostly a very passionate account and a warning about the fake news and the fake theories that the Republicans were putting out. It was really an attack on the Republican lawmakers on the committee. She directly mentioned them, saying that they were playing into the hands of the Russian by bringing up these conspiracy theories that Ukraine had meddled in the 2016 U.S. elections, not Russia. And that was extremely dangerous, not only for the Ukrainians, but also for the United States security. So that was very interesting to see. Of course, they will probably come under attack by the Republicans, going back to their original line of questioning and arguments, which is that this is simply hearsay, this is simply bureaucratic opinions, and they did not listening on that phone call, and so they shouldn't even be there.
Ketivan, Donald Trump, meanwhile, has been particularly active on Twitter today.
Yes, Donald Trump, who has in the past said that these hearings were boring, seemed to be watching closely today and tweeting from the early morning about these proceedings. One of his first tweets was apparently directed to the testimony of David Holmes about that July 26th phone call, because the U.S. president tweeted that his hearing had always been and still is very good, great even in his own words, and that he had never been able to hear someone speaking on a phone to someone else. And so he didn't really see how David Holmes could have heard what he was saying on that July 26th phone call. Donald Trump really tweeting when he is in Washington and he's not doing something else. He is watching those proceedings. He is tweeting about them. And today he was also helped by his son, Donald Jr., who tweeted in support of one of the arguments that the Republicans have been making over the past few weeks, which is that these are just simple bureaucratic opinions and that they don't really matter. What they say is simply their opinion, and that the U.S. president has the last word in any policy that he decides to set.
Thank you very much, Ketivan Gorgistani on Capitol Hill for us.